Welcome to the Edge of NFT podcast with your hosts, Jeff Kelly, Ethan Janney, and Josh Krieger. We aim to bring you not only the top 1% of what's going on with NFTs today, but what will stand the test of time. We explore the nuts and bolts and the business side, but also the human element of how NFTs are changing the way we interact with the things that we love. This podcast is for the futurists and dreamers, the disruptors and creators, the fans and connectors, and the makers and doers that are pumped about this ecosystem and driving where it goes next.
Today's special sponsored episode is brought to you by our featured collaborator, DynoMonks, the first NFT project focused on mental health utility in the NFT space. We'll get to what utility means in a moment. And our guest today is Roman Tirone, the DynoMonks founder. Roman started his career in entertainment, cutting his teeth at some of the world's biggest talent agencies, such as WME and CAA. He then pivoted into tech, starting his own app development company, the Rumble Company. He now works alongside some of the brightest minds in the NFT world as head of partnerships at Zedrun, pushing forward what the future of sport looks like and redefining fandom. Roman, welcome to Edge of NFT.
Again,
back, dude.
Yes, it's wonderful to be back here. You guys couldn't keep me off the show. I really need to come back as soon as I can.
Yeah, it's been like a month, which, as we know, is like a year in NFT time, right?
That's exactly right.
But you know, we often ask our listeners what they want us to cover, and they've been telling us that they want to learn more about specific projects and drops and get into the nuts and bolts of how these things come to be. So it was just serendipitous that you're working on this cool project and you wanted to sort of share more about it with folks. So we're excited to have you here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to share what DynoMonks is and a little bit about our roadmap, our mission, our vibe, and what we're trying to accomplish, making a difference. So, you know, it's an honor to be on here, be able to talk about it.
Yeah. So this is DynoMonks, MONKS. So if you're thinking about a monk, you're not too far off. But tell us more. What is this all about? How do we understand this interesting NFT world that you're creating?
Yeah. So I feel like to get a really full idea of the scope of the project and, you know, the roadmap and what it really is, it's a lot of fun. We actually got a professionally done trailer to kind of get people hyped up for it. So I'd love to bring that up, let people understand the Jurassic kind of element to it. And then from there, I'll break down exactly what it is, when it is, and how it works.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then I know you guys have developed an incredible Instagram account here. I noticed.
That is not a DynoMonk. That is the best name I've ever seen for a dog.
This is what I was talking about. So clearly you have Twitter nailed down, but if you go to Instagram and you search DynoMonks, someone has made a beautiful time of their poor puppy and put it in a lot of stupid costumes. And
they're gonna wonder in a few weeks why they have 10,000 new followers.
I think our next contest is they're gonna have to also follow DynoMonks on Instagram as well as Twitter.
I love
it. Unofficial mascot.
Yeah, all right, let's check out this video though. It's pretty awesome. All right, so I'll bring it up full screen and we'll rock it. Now, did you have to recruit actual dinosaurs? Like, where do you find dinosaurs? You know what I mean?
They're
For a trailer.
super duper diva, tough to work with. But once you get to know them, you break them in a little bit. They're a pleasure to be around and work with those dinosaurs. So we're happy to have them on set. Yeah.
Nice.
So
that was beautiful.
Feel that bass,
Very
man.
Jurassic.
That was powerful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very Jurassic. So we're really excited about it. And ultimately, you saw a little bit in the trailer, a community focused on wellness.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Was that, you can't get that as stock footage, right? Like what? Do you have to have like a 3D graphics person put that together, or like what?
Oh, we had actually my brother is a really talented videographer and was able to put that together for us. And some of it was stock footage, other was a little bit more custom work. So
Nice.
yeah, we definitely got lucky. He's
Beautiful.
awesome.
Beautiful. Well done.
Mhm.
All right, go on. Sorry to interrupt.
No, all good. I'm flattered. So the essence of the project is focused on community wellness. And for those who are new to the space or really coming into this NFT space, it's so important to build community. It's a 10,000 profile picture avatar project, which basically just means that there'll be 10,000 unique items randomly generated in a rarity hierarchy that you can buy. And ultimately, when you have a Dynamonk, it means you have access to the NFT wellness kind of initiatives that we're going to be putting forth for the Discord, for the group, for the community. It's a place where people can come and find resources where people are sharing their story, where people are open about kind of the the mental health issues maybe they haven't confronted yet or in the midst of confronting. And ultimately we'll be kind of participating in the wellness arena and kind of putting together workshops for people to learn more, guided meditations, mental wellness kind of workshops, and a bevy of other resources that allow for people to really kind of connect on a deeper level as a community. But also, there'll be some resources there if they are having that bad day. And there's a lot to be said about just being a resource that maybe even if one or two people, have that shift in momentum in their day, who knows, right? It could be a difference maker. So for us, it's about being that place for the NFT community specifically that's so digitally native and allowing them to really kind of express themselves and get the support they need, and really have fun doing it.
Yeah, man. Like, so where did the idea come from, to do this, to support mental wellness? We've seen so many different types of projects out there, but this is the first one that's tackling this subject.
It's a good question. And, we have 4 founders. So I'm one of the founders. We have a software engineer named Renee Rousseau, who's on board, Travis Wynn, and we have a licensed psychologist named Giselle Barbosa. And we all have had our own bouts, with mental health issues, whether it be battling depression or somebody, close to us committing suicide. It's something that we all want to champion as kind of a value that's important to us and spread that because especially as this ecosystem grows and communities begin to form, we don't want that to be left behind, right? We want it to be at the forefront of what we're creating. So for us, it's really just about, the Dino Monks are supposed to be kind of the mental wellness personified in a lot of ways. They're supposed to be like the essence of balance and kind of strength. And, it could be silly, but ultimately the lore behind them is really kind of fun and powerful. So, the idea itself came from contributing something to the metaverse that's our own.
Dude, I'll say from what I've seen too is like balance within the world of crypto, with the world of crypto investing, of blockchain, of NFTs is tough because it's there 24/7. Right? When you think about how it can consume your life, I could definitely see a strong need for this within the community, and a lot of people that are probably struggling with balancing their involvement in this space with their personal lives and in some cases other forms of work.
We've been throwing around this idea that's probably going to be part of the Edge of NFT brand a little bit in the near future, called the Edge Effect, which is a biology term of the edge between two different populations mixing, and kind of the interesting speciation and behaviors that happen at those edges. And what I find interesting about this project is we were also talking about the word degeneracy before we started here.
Right.
The NFT space gets a little bit degenerate. Like,
right.
Josh is talking about getting his gummy bears and his fluffy bunnies and
exactly.
Our purple horses.
To be clear, it was Roman's fluffy bunny, my gummy bear. So.
That's right.
So anyways, I think it's interesting that we're here at the edge between degeneracy and mental health, right?
Exactly. No, it's true though. I think that's what, when you talk about the inception of the idea, where it came from, right? Because, it's all fun and games and everyone will talk about their wins and how amazing and how much money they're making. But ultimately, to be that beacon of light and support for the other side, and adding that balance is kind of what Dynamonks is all about.
Yeah. So how are you specifically thinking, I had asked you before we launched, like what you meant when you went utility in terms of a mental health utility in the NFT space. And maybe that's a good jumping off point for how you can say you're specifically thinking of supporting mental health awareness and mental health here.
Absolutely. So there are a couple of different ways we're doing it. And that's actually a great segue for our roadmap. So right after the drop, we'll be contributing $25,000 to a mental health, cause chosen by the community. And we'll be auctioning off 4 one-of-one rare elemental monks, fire, water, earth, and wind. And 80% of those proceeds will be going directly to charity. And the other 20% will be going to our artist, actually, who we love so much, Adam Smoot, who's done an amazing job. That's right after the drop.
What's his background, by the way? Like Adam's?
That's a great question. What's so amazing about the NFT space, I actually just tweeted out, hey, who's an artist that wants to work on an NFT project? And he messaged me and he did a couple of sketches and it looked amazing. And I never asked what his background was, to be honest with you.
That's awesome. Yeah. So back to the story. You're talking about mental health awareness.
Yeah. So initially post-drop, that's what we'll be doing. And then we're going to be starting our community initiatives, which is like literally the utility behind mental health wellness that we'll be giving to the community. So that means weekly group wellness sessions and experiences, guided meditations, kind of group wellness sessions, weekly AMAs with experts in the field, like psychology, meditation, mindfulness, motivation, professional resources. So made available to our community. There'll be times where the Dynamonk team covers a bunch of different workshops or sessions that users can sign up for free if you own a Dynamonk. And ultimately, you also have access to the quote unquote monastery. And that will be a wellness space where people and the community members can actually practice wellness on their own and kind of interact and be there and share art and do things, whether it be in the future in a metaverse space, or it's going to start out in the Discord. We haven't announced that yet. But it's a space ultimately to come spread peace, love, and kind of support for one another. And just to round that out, every 2.5% of all secondary sales. So typically for you guys, secondary sales is every sale that doesn't happen on the drop. But if you sell your Dynamonk, typically there's a 5% rake that goes back to the company for NFT projects. So we'll be taking 5%, 2.5% will be given directly to split in 3 different ways, directly to a cause every month that the community can choose. And the other part will be the other 2.5 will be to roadmap developments and kind of outreach initiatives. So we're really trying to attack and kind of support our Dynamonk community while also be giving back to kind of the existing mental health causes out there.
And you've got a good sized team here, from what I can tell from your website. And there's a lot that goes into these projects that people don't understand in terms of thinking about the design aesthetic, the rarity, just programming the contract in the correct way so everything goes smooth. Right. Can you talk a little bit more about like what the process has been to get to today where we're able to have this conversation?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I work at Virtually Human Studios, which is the company behind Zedrun. And, at a lot of companies out there, I'm really blessed to be and have kind of the higher ups that we do at the founders of Zedrun, who really embraced that kind of creative and entrepreneurial spirit that me, Travis, Giselle, and Renee kind of showed, because we have another job, right? This is a passion project. They could have easily said, hey guys, we don't want you working on this. It's going to take too much time. But instead, they really empowered us and said, go for it, man. This is an amazing initiative. Mental health is really important to us too. We have your back 100%. So for me, that was really the springboard to be like, okay, we're doing this for real. Let's put together the Avengers of the NFT space. Let's make it happen. And from there, we hired an artist, and a smart contract developer, and there's a couple little ancillary parts mixed in there. But things came together quite quickly, and we've been working really hard to make sure the drop on September 2nd is gonna be really smooth.
I want to, I'm just remembering, kind of going back a little bit to the question I asked about like the meeting of degeneracy and mental health. It actually made me think of a friend of ours, a couple friends. So there's a guy named Dr. Fred Moss who has a podcast we can give a shout out to, which he calls Welcome to Humanity. And then him and another friend are starting another podcast, which is called the Insanity Podcast. And that's Dr. Fred Moss and Sam Morris. Now, Fred Moss is a psychiatrist, but he doesn't like to, prescribe traditional medicines. He's kind of anti-traditional medicines. The whole idea of the Welcome to Humanity podcast is that, people think they're like oddballs, in a mental health sense, right? And his whole idea is, hey, welcome to humanity. You know what I mean? We're all just humans, and we've got the ways that we are, and let's like face that from that angle. And of course, the Insanity Podcast is about being inside of sanity, right? It's kind of like playing around with this idea of what is insane anyway, right? I think we should make an introduction, and maybe they can get you on their podcast as well, because I think you'd have a lot of fun talking about mental health. But you mentioned it just kind of briefly, and I know we wanted to make sure that the listeners know. What's the drop date here?
It's September 2nd, and it's going to be, the time will be announced.
Oh, okay. So sit on the edge of your seat and wait.
Yeah, it'll be exactly. The anticipation will be building for sure as we get to that date.
Excellent.
And where are folks gathering? Do you have a community already building now where people are talking about this, Discord or other place where people can learn more and get excited about what's coming?
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of congruent with a lot of the other NFT projects that are happening right now, we have a really kind of fun and amazing community on Discord where people are really already sharing their story. Every day we post in the meditation room, the physical health room, the thought room. We write different quotes. People share their outreach ideas, and they introduce themselves to one another. And kind of, it's interesting to see kind of culture and community begin to grow within a Discord, right? We have, we're closing in on 700 Discord users. Our drop's in around 10 days. So the community is getting excited and growing. And then we're also on Twitter at DynoMonks. So definitely encourage people to learn more about the project on the Discord and keep an eye on our Twitter as we drop new teasers and cool stuff that's on the way.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. Community, as we know, is just so critical to this. I mean, the whole concept is built around supporting community, right? And this is
Totally.
the beginning of that. Anything else you want folks to know about the project, the drop, the community, what to expect here? Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be dropping, most of the DynoMonks are raptors, and they have different skins, they have different colors, they have different trinkets that they wear, outfits that are indicative of kind of their place in the DynoMonk society. And there are familiar traits like whether it be laser eyes, kind of some golden skins, and maybe some trippier things. But there's also things that are unique to the DynoMonks. And one of the most cool things that we have coming in this drop are 15 one-of-one Tyrannosaurus Rex that are each kind of modeled after a different deity, and have like an amazing artistic kind of look that's super duper unique. So as you're minting, and you can go on dynomonks.com, and during the drop, you can mint up to 20 DynoMonks at a time. They're priced at 0.08 per mint. You have a chance to mint one of these, T-Rexes, which we'd imagine they're all one of one, done by our artists, and they look amazing. So that's something fun. I can't wait to see who ends up with the T-Rexes and like how they flex it and the exciting kind of part that goes along with that. It's a lot of fun. And we'll also be giving the #1 mint DynoMonk away right before the drop to somebody in our Discord. It's the only one we're holding back. So very excited about kind of the drop mechanics and what's coming. And we have a special kind of airdrop coming right after the drop. So there's some cool stuff. Like we have a really baked out roadmap because we're excited about it and we're committed to this.
Like community building is so important in these projects. How did you decide how to give that special NFT away to someone in Discord? What was your criteria for that?
So we still haven't given it away. It's kind of right up to the drop. We'll be giving the number one mint away. It'll be somebody in the Discord that is chosen, randomly selected on the last night. But ultimately, to your point about building community, we haven't been shilling, we haven't been paying for advertisements. Ultimately, we've just been hosting these talks with people who are sharing their story, like Josh Ong, Michael Carter Williams has come on. We're gonna be having Ja Rule, some really prominent figures that are really excited to talk to. And it's amazing to hear their story, man, and like understand that like no matter how successful you are or how different your life may seem from someone else, everybody goes through something and everybody gets challenged, and kind of sharing the little details of how they were able to overcome some of life's obstacles. That's been really powerful in building our community. And then we also do kind of weekly meditations, so people can come in, drop into a guided meditation by one of our kind of residents, quote unquote, Monique. And she kind of leads people through a very kind of relaxing and calming experience. So that's been a really excellent way for people to kind of come in and organically find the platform.
That's amazing. And yeah, mental health has been such a big issue in the news. And I think, the spotlight really got shown on at the Olympics this year with some of the athletes and them sort of just admitting, hey, I'm human and I'm having a difficult day.
Right. Exactly.
Let me go back to some of the attributes again, some of the traits. You got to have some favorites among this group of traits here.
Oh, I do.
You got, give us a lowdown, man. Give us a few that you're super excited about personally.
I would love to show you guys one of my favorite ones. If I could just quickly share my screen.
Want to share screen?
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, you've got access. Go for it.
All right, cool. This one's really
we'll
cool.
describe it for the listeners as for the listener.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
yeah. So this is one of our cooler ones. We have the Dino Monk Supreme merch with the red laser eyes and the robot skin, kind of the matte gray background. So just super aesthetically pleasing, if you ask me. And for me, this is my favorite trait, like the Dino Monk kind of merch and like the red laser eyes. But we have some other really creative ones too. Mohawks and some references to pop culture and more some, the hierarchy of robes is really important in kind of the monk culture. So you'll see a lot of different kind of takes on illustrations and designs that really are meant to symbolize kind of the quote unquote society of Dino Monks. So the rarity is really driven by the lore, but this one is just super cool and clean. And I'm excited about people rolling high on these on the Dino Monks and sharing them, man, and letting it be part of that digital identity, letting it show that you support, the other dinos, and you're just overall a person that just wants to be part of the community.
Yeah, and for the listener, just a quick overview. So there's sort of like a hoodie-ish, robe-ish thing. Is that what you would describe that this Dino Monk is wearing?
I would say that's just a hoodie.
That's a hoodie. Okay, great.
Yeah,
and then on a hoodie it says Dino Monk, so you got some nice, cool branding there
in the style of Supreme.
Yes, and then like a nice, proud, tall, confident-looking monk with some kind of like spiky sort of hairdo, and the skin is like a mix between like the leathery reptile skin and robot skin, I would say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the eyes, of course, are laser eyes, and that's just because all dinosaurs had laser eyes, right? Is that where that comes from? The whole laser eyes trope?
Yeah, I think it's because if Bitcoin hits $200,000, we're all gonna have great mental health.
Yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
Well,
and actually, the lore.
No, we know money doesn't create happiness, and we know, but yeah, it's certainly fun to think about Bitcoin going over $100,000.
Roman, you got a chance to flex the Dino Monk that you like, and you mentioned this idea of flexing, and I think we didn't really get a chance yet in this episode, although it's appropriate because you're with Zed Run, that our horse, Purple Elf, happens to be number 6 in popularity on OpenSea.
Wow.
Among all of the items listed in Zed Run, and let me know if I'm just totally wrong on this because this seems incredible. does this sound right? There's about 82,000 items that are Zed run.
Oh, that sounds exactly right.
Okay, so how's that for a flex? 82,000 items on Zed run. We've achieved number 6 in popularity on OpenSea.
We got to get it up to number 1, man. I don't know what
we're gonna do it with this. I think we talked about maybe doing a giveaway for this show, and I think part of that giveaway is we're gonna create some incentives here to fix the situation, because we don't like to finish 6th in life. And
no way. And Heartbreakers number 1 here. Not so we have, what do we have? We have 29 likes. Heartbreakers got 74. I think we can easily, handily beat that. And I think we could break Heartbreaker's heart. I mean, with the best of mental health intentions for Heartbreaker, but I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With the best, well, the intentions are, you're manifesting. That's what you're doing.
That's all.
You're manifesting.
We all have our path.
If the owner of Heartbreaker needs support from the community, we are there. We will be there. And we have a great resource in Dino
Hugs. We got hugs.
100%.
There you go. Excellent. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to shoot it I should go on there right now. It sounds awesome. I'm a big fan of Purple Elf. Since last episode, I've been keeping up. It looks like you guys are some good stable owners. That's good to see.
Yeah, we take care of her. We give her really, really tasty carrots, fresh, organic ones.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Of course, purple only, but indeed. Well, Roman, man, it's so great to have you on again, bud, and hear about everything you're doing with Dino Monks. Really excited about the drop. We'll be right there with you, trying to score some sweet ones, and be part of the community.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. September 2nd, Dino Monks. Add us on Twitter. And you can join our Discord. We're doing a lot of fun giveaways. Thanks so much, guys. It's always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff with you.
Absolutely.
Cool. So let's just sort of ask what is the specific giveaway that you had in mind here for our listeners to celebrate the launch of this project?
Let's do Zed Run horse.
Great. Can we breed a new horse, and can we symbolically name it after the Dino Monk Edge of NFT episode in some way? I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind. I'll breed it I'll breed it when I load up some WAF. I'll breed it tonight and I'll send it over to you. Just let me. I'll name it ideally Edge of Dino Monk, right?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Something like that. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that name will be taken, so we should be good. I'll try to get it purple so you guys can stay on brand, but I can't promise.
That's appreciate like a purple Eon Dino Monk. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, how about this? We can name it whatever you guys want. I don't care. Whatever you want. Right. I love the
Josh Jr. Can we do Josh Jr.?
Yeah. Edge of Dino Monk sounds great.
Yeah, Edge of Dino Monk. That's good.
And we digress. Anyway, well, great having you on, bud. So folks, I think we've reached the outer limit at the Edge of NFTs for today. So thanks for exploring with us. We've got space for more adventures on this starship. So invite your friends and recruit some cool strangers that will make this journey all so much better. How? Go to iTunes right now, rate us and say something cool. Then go to edgeofnft.com to dive further down the rabbit hole. Want to help co-create Edge of NFT with us? Got guests you want to see on the episode, questions for hosts or guests, an NFT you'd like us to review? Drop us a line at contact@edgeofnft.com or tweet at us at edgeofnft to get in the mix. Lastly, be sure to tune in next week for more great NFT content. Thanks again for sharing this time with us today.